undermines what the party has done, particularly its flag bearer, the vice president. Remember, this campaign team was done ably chaired by the vice president, who is now the leader of the party. So we are told that the campaign advisory committee is made up of His Excellency John Agyekum Kufuor, the former president, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, all members of the National Council of Elders, Right Honorable Frederick Wesimewu, Madam Elizabeth Ohene, Reverend Joyce Ayi, and Honorable Akosua Frima Ose Opare. So when I saw this list, then I said this is not a bold solution or names that we were expecting. Because at all material times, or ever since former President Kufuor left the scene, he has always played the role of an advisor to any campaign team that has been formed. In fact, he played this role in 2008. The NPP lost. He was retained in the same position in 2012. The NPP lost. So then there is nothing special about it. The current president, Nana Akufo-Addo, who everyone seems to be running away from his performance, interestingly, is there going to advise someone that all of them are running away from his performance, finds his name as being an advisor. So then it tells you how there seems to be massive confusion within the ranks and file of the NPP. And I'm sure President Akufo-Addo should be a very worried man at this stage. That even as you are alive, people that you thought agreed with you are openly saying you have performed abysmally, to the extent that your own candidate, the flag bearer, now says he was just a mere mate. So the driver that is not good is now going to advise the mate who is now taking the driving seat, whose driver is considered as very bad driver. Frederick Wesimewu, the former chairman of the party, who is also the reason the party has collapsed to this extent, also interestingly finds his name there. Remember Paul Afoko, there was a coup d'etat that took him out, and he was the beneficiary of that coup d'etat. And ever since then, the party has never known peace. So what sort of advice? Is it a coup mentality advice he's going to give to the flag bearer? Or what else? Then Madam Elizabeth Ohene, I will not have much to say about her. Reverend Joyce Ayi, maybe she will be praying for the campaign. As for the chief of staff, well, because of feminism or what gender advocacy, there is no reason she must be at post. So weak. So weak. Now, you run through the list, you come to campaign operations, Justin Kodua and blah, blah, blah. What is so interesting is that the current chairman does not appear in the list. Does it make sense to you? That the national chairman of the NPP does not find his name as worthy to be part of an official campaign team. Things are boiling. They don't see him as worthy enough, competent enough to be part of a campaign team. Now, campaign chairman and strategist and campaign operations. Remember, the campaign operations is going to be led by Justin Kodua from Pond and Henry Nanabuachi. So you ask yourself, what is it that the campaign operations is going to do that the campaign chairman and strategists will do differently? Overlapping of issues. It is the same strategy President Akufo-Addo took to government, that ministries that were supposed to be aligned were just overlapping. So confusion, power play, hence abysmal performance. So that will be replicated in this whole campaign team. See them as worthy enough to communicate for him. Hence, none of the communications directors or directorate of the New Patriotic Party found their name in this list. My brother Osubempa Aboapoapo, his name is conspicuously missing. So I was asking, what has happened to him? There is this lady called Jennifer Quinn. I mean, if for anything at all, you could have considered gender balance. They say Jennifer doesn't communicate well, so go away. And I wonder why Ahiagba will still be going around carrying himself as the communication director of the party, now that it is evident that you are not doing enough. Now, there is also another interesting portfolio. And when I'm done, I will tell you why they settled on this list. The spokesperson for the presidential candidate, Dr. Gideon Buako. You see, if you want to know that the MPP themselves do not believe they will win the 2024 elections, it is about the actions and inactions of key people around the candidate. The flag bearer of the party was elected on the 4th of November 2023. At that time, parliamentary elections for constituencies that NPP had MPs had not taken place. And so if they knew or they were sure that Dr. Bawumia will be winning the 2024 elections, there is no way you would allow Gideon Buako to go and contest Kano North or South. Go and contest an existing MP, Frida Prempe. Because then the position of a spokesperson to a president is so powerful a position that why would you then say you are going to contest as an MP? But because Gideon Buako does not believe that his boss will win this election, and indeed his boss will lose, he will suffer the heaviest defeat come 2024, December. So he quickly went and fought an incumbent MP with all the machinery to depose the poor woman, which by virtue of her defeat has also been sacked from the Ministry of Sanitation for no apparent reason. What sort of strategy is that? Someone who got the position in just less than 6 months ago has been sacked without any tangible explanation. How is Gideon Buako going to combine being the spokesperson for the vice president, the flag bearer, and also campaigning? Remember, that seat is a very dicey one. It's going to be one of the hot seats to fight for. It also tells you that the vice president or the flag bearer is unable to reach out to the broad MPP fraternity. He's so stuck to his inner caucus that even when someone has a portfolio which is so Herculean, he will still add on. But in all this, you see, you didn't see anybody who was very close to Kenya Japan featured prominently. It tells you the division in the party. None of them, none of the frontliners of Kennedy Japan. What they want to tell Kennedy Japan is that you don't matter in this political party. Mr. Kennedy Japan must not tickle himself that he is loved in this administration. I heard him on Pan Africa yesterday talking about, I'm going to campaign. Look, when you go, they will laugh at you. You yourself, you saw how they vilified you. They made you look so stupid in the eyes of the Ghanaian that, hey, you were such a loose talker. You don't know how to talk. And they have further entrenched this position by making sure that none of your members had a role to play in this whole campaign. But so you also look at the list again, then the MPP seems to be concentrating its effort in the Eastern region. Clearly, Eastern region has had more than a handful as members representing in this list. Now, what could be the strategy? And that is why I will link it to why Chairman Sabunsu has been sacked from his position. He said he resigned voluntarily. It's not true. Adults must begin to speak truth so that young ones will learn. The new patriotic party has realized that Ashanti region is no more the World Bank, and that at best is now a microfinance place. Because the movement for change led by Mr. Alan Tremantin has neutralized them. We have finished them. We have taken charge of the region. If you meet any three MPP, former MPP, two of them are movement for change members. So then the party is devising a strategy to maximize their votes in the eastern region, so that whatever they get in Ashanti region, then they can, as it were, send the elections into a runoff. Now, whilst concentrating their efforts in the eastern region, they also want to cut central region. So they bring in Afenyo Markins to take over from Chief Mensa Bunsu. But I don't know how that works. The mere fact that you appoint someone from a region, how does it translate into votes? If that were the case, there was no way Professor Mills would have lost Central Region in the year 2000, because he was from the Central Region. But he lost to J. Kufuor, who is from the Ashanti region. So whoever is behind the wheels trying to devise these strategies, remember, there are good strategies and very bad strategies. But I'm not the one at this stage to sympathize with Chief Mensa Bunsu. In fact, and indeed, I'm so happy within me that not long ago, this business of introducing tribalism in the selection or election of a flag bearer of the MPP was started by Chief Mensa Bunsu in 2021, when he said that he did not see the sense in the MPP electing an Akan to lead the political party. When our constitution is so clear that we don't elect people based on their ethnic backgrounds, race or color. That the decision that a different person led the party. So the coup d'etat that happened, I was thinking they will even bring someone from the north. Habib should have taken over as the majority leader, because in the annals of the NPP politics, in the year 1996, when the NPP went to parliament, J.H. Mensah was our minority leader. That not so. He is an Akan. He retained his position as a majority leader in 2000, an Akan. Felix of Osu Japan took over as an Akan. Papa Osu Ankuma came in as an Akan. Tema West MP, former MP, Edu, forgotten the first name, Lawyer Edu, became the majority leader. He was an Akan. So, by his own logic as chairman, when he was making the unserious argument in 2001, he should have never accepted the position as the majority leader, because you were coming in as an Akan, and that you should have told the party that, look, we have been taking this position all this while. Let's allow people from other regions to take over. When he was doing it, he thought he was doing this. So, for me, Habib should have taken over. But hey, they settled on Afenyo. At least Afenyo is half a Futu, half Ever. So it fits into his narrative. So he should not go anywhere and be crying behind the scenes, as he's doing now. Home cry, outside gentility. Because for you to be moved as a majority leader to be made a manifesto committee leader is an insult, to say the least. Manifesto. Is Asamoah not in charge of the youth and sports committee or manifesto committee of the MPP? We have turned the whole thing into a joke. It is to tell Chairman Sabonsu that we have used you to achieve what we want, and that we would show you that you don't know politics. Go home. Yesterday, I saw him deliver his handing over speech in Parliament, and clearly, he's not a happy man. Because the way and manner the gꜧtța or the coup took place is unacceptable in our body politic. That the man travels to go and perform an official duty, by the time he's back, he's already gone. And in MPP now, they sack you before you even hear, by first publishing it. And when you see your name as having been removed, don't take it as a joke. That is a reality. They have the kitchen cabinet there. They go and take the decision. The rest are just rubber stamping it. That's nothing serious happens there. The man had planned meetings with series of organizations and individuals in his capacity as the majority leader, and for that matter, Minister for Parliamentary Affairs. Now, is he going to call off all these meetings, or what is he going to do? It's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment. And when you have such confusion, coupled with the fact that recent reshuffle has brought so much pain to those that were removed from office. Do you believe for a moment that Frida Prempeh will be happy with a reshuffle or with a sacking? 6 months in office. She hasn't stolen anything. She hadn't said anything bad against the president. All she heard was she has been sacked. I don't know whether now she's even in official government bungalow or she has packed out. But if she hasn't packed out, PwC must immediately make the attempt to go and sack her. Because now she's not in government. And you say what? Now, Senna.
And please wrap up on that.
I will wrap up with this. With this list, and having shown you the division that is in the party and why Chairman was removed. And mind you, when the news item came out that he has been removed, you saw the resistance from Joe Sewusu, Atachia, Eugene Entry, and a host of MPs. Why are they not speaking now? Why are they not speaking now? They are not speaking now because they are all going to help in Dr. Bawumia getting the heaviest defeat of his life. So that next time, when people ask you to go and do something, you think twice. The list that has been provided as campaign team members falls short of the standard that is required of a party that has already not performed. A party that took over from another political party that was doing inflation at 15.4%. NDC lost, John Mahama lost when inflation was 15.4%. Is that not the case?
Yes. In
2016. Ghanaians said he had performed abysmally, so they gave him 44%. We are currently doing inflation as well, 23.5%. So what makes anybody think that the MPP is so special that when their inflation is 23.5%, they can win election with it, but when another party has an inflation of 15.4%, which I agree then that it was a bad performance, they should lose with it. What makes this campaign team think that with a policy rate of 29% versus a policy rate of 25%, they can win with it? And what makes them think that with a dollar rate of $1 to 4.2, John Mahama will get 44%, and you that is doing 1:12.5, you can break the 8. There is a reason why when you read Article 42 of our Constitution, it says you must register people with sound mind to vote. It is not there like that. Because the country believes that decisions as to whoever leads us as a president must be made based on logic, sound reasoning. That sound mind was what was used to depose or vote out John Mahama in 2016. And I can tell you that same sound mind with the same Ghanaians, with the same Tom, will go and hand the heaviest defeat to the NPP and make Alan John Koyo Chemantin as the president of the land come 2025. I end my